guys, some of you might understand what I'm about to talk about. So I always spend Christmas with my family, which is lovely, but we always tend to make the same mistake every year. And that mistake is, hear me out, going to church. Right? Anyone else been to church? Okay, it's a mistake. And I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm not saying church is a mistake. I'm just saying it is at Christmas, right? Okay, it's awful because you cannot tell me that it is not a mistake to get snotty little children in a cold building with frail elderly people and then to shake their clammy hands. It's fundamentally wrong, okay? Church is absolute carnage. Church at Christmas is a bit like a Ryanair flight, right? There's no seats, no frills, more than enough crying children, and it's a very bumpy ride, okay? That's awful. Now, to clarify, I'm talking about one specific Catholic church here, right? There's lots of different denominations. Gotta make it clear. If you're Protestant, you go to a Protestant church. You go to a Presbyterian church if you're Presbyterian. I go to a Catholic church because I'm atheist, but my parents are Irish. Some religion who said you couldn't do it. But when you finally get a seat in my church, there's always a welcome speech, and it's always done by this one particular lady. She's very pretentious. I don't like her. She seems to think that she's the mother of Christ. Ironically, her name is Mary. And now, Mary's welcome speech goes a little something like this. Let me get the full effect here. So, she welcomes everyone in. She's like, "We are the flock, and the Lord is our shepherd. Please watch our nativity in silence and discover the mystery of Christ." Right. Think about that. Discover the mystery of Christ. It's been 2,000 years, Mary. I don't think if you're waiting for spoilers now, you quite understand the premise of faith. Anyway, Mary fucks off stage and the children file on and the nativity starts. Now, I'm not saying it was shit, but I just think the book was better than the movie, you know? I'm not saying all franchise reboots are terrible, but arguably we're not dealing with a star-studded cast here, are we, right? But, I mean, some people like the nativity. We've all got our creative tastes. You say tomato, I say you're wrong. But honestly, I do pity some of the children, because they're not all shit, right? It just tends to be the cutest children that get the lead roles, rather than the good ones. And I should know because I've been through the unfair casting myself when I was Now, I know some of you may find it hard to believe, but I wasn't always the full package, right? And if you do find that hard to believe, congratulations, you may call me later. But yes, as shocking as it is to believe, I was not always the shimmering 6 out of 10 that stands before you. So when I was younger, I remember all too well being sad little Nessa, fringe and all, staring at the bottom of the cast list and being absolutely furious, sort of like, "Hello, Sandra. Yes, it's Nessa. Lovely to see you. Just seen the cast list, and I've got a few questions. Firstly, what the fuck?" I'm sorry, I know this may be just a nativity to you, Sandra, but I didn't realise it was a complete farce. Now, I do realise that I'm the only child here wearing a Harry Potter t-shirt and braces, and I'm paler than is medically recommended. But, crucially, I am the only literate one here, but yet that warrants me being ribbon dancer number 5. I wasn't aware there were prepubescent cheerleaders at the birth of Christ, let alone 5. But no, I'm sure Jeremy's going to do a wonderful job at the Angel Gabriel. I just always imagined a heavenly being as having more stage presence and a little less, I don't know, nappy trouble. But no, thanks for your time, thanks for crushing all my dreams, and I'm sure you'll enjoy your sweet little prince on the 5th time he's pronounced Jerusalem incorrectly when they run out of communion wine. Fuck you, Sandra. I'm not scarred at all. Thank you very much. I'm Nessa Blackmore.